Well, today we're practicing the 360. Got to get more laps under my belt before I go run another show or two here at Southern Oregon Speedway, which is actually my next race, and I'm going to be racing here in a month and a half or something like that. So getting some really good practice laps today, and got my best bow with me.
Who's your buddy?
Hendrix Carter.
So like Carly said, back in the sprint car today. She was supposed to run last weekend at Cottage Grove, but that canceled due to just horrible weather all across the Northwest. We've had so much rain, and even here in the pits, the track, it's all a little bit soft. So we missed out on last weekend, so I was like, hey, your car's already ready. You might as well go out and do play day at a track you're familiar with. You know, if you guys are new, Carly won her first ever sprint car race right here at the Southern Oregon Speedway, 25 minutes from our house.
Yeah, that night was an incredible night. I didn't start off the night too well. Well, I mean, I qualified good second, but my heat race was very tough, and so that win really got me very confident about the sprint car, and now I've been pretty good ever since.
So that was such a special night, not just for her, but our whole family and fan base and everyone here in Southern Oregon. Just one I will literally never ever forget. So she just got the 22C all fired up. Next, she'll be heading out for her first session, and we'll be giving you guys a report after. It might be a little bit dusty out there, so take it easy for a lap or two. I kind of have this thing set up for like more hooked up qualifying, because I thought it would be, but so if you have to, grab some wing, and if not, when you come in, I got a bigger left rear we can put on. There's really nothing out there.
The only grip is literally in 1 and 2, and that's if I can get my right rear in it.
Yeah. So, real quick, Carly, I know you're turning around for your second session. Thoughts on the first one?
Sad.
Track's super slick. I think it might take rubber. Hopefully they do a little bit of track grip before it takes rubber. Putting some bleeders in. Hopefully that'll help me. I don't know. There's not much.
You moved your wing pretty far back.
Yeah.
Left rear.
Because basically anywhere I went, the track was just really slick. There's like this much of grip entering 1 and 2, and you got to get your right rear in that. So.
And if you get too high, you just slide.
Yeah, I'm like half throttle like this, and I feel like I'm going so slow. But I mean, I turned 85 RPMs, 87, so I mean, it's fast, I guess, but that's just tire spin for the most part.
Yeah, you can hear Carly like backing off the throttle, even just down the straightaways because it's so dusty. My dad's saying, why didn't you run against the wall? Well, it's dust up there as well. But Carly's heading back out there right now. I think depending on what they do, we might put our other left rear on to try to kill some stagger. If the racetrack was hooked up, I feel like her car would roll around really good, but right now it's it's just like driving on ice. It's like driving on nothing. There's just nothing to grab the car, so you're kind of just floating around at a much slower pace. But very good laps for her. She just needs to get the feel of the acceleration and what it's like and figure out momentum and everything that sprint car racing has to offer, especially in the 360, because it is different than a limited.
I think it's going to be about the same. And maybe they might have tried to throw a little water on the top, but I mean, I think it's just going to be marbles. So try to run the same line, but maybe see if you can open up your entry and kind of come down the track and drive off straight. A little bit less wheel spin so you're not just burning the tires off.
I think you have to push me up there.
Okay.
Carly's about to go again. We actually just made a ton of changes to the car. We anticipated coming out here, and I honestly thought the track was going to be super hooked up, and I was just wrong. I did not set Carly up 100% for success. We're just in complete right field, I guess you could say. So we made a bunch of changes with the resources we have here at the track. And also, it's not like she's on good rubber. Granted, she burned off this left rear a little bit, but we had takeoff tires on. Obviously, we're in a tire shortage right now, so I just started saving tires that I didn't think we were gonna run anymore if Carly were to do a play day. But we made a bunch of changes. We'll catch up with her after this third session, probably gonna be our final one of the night. It's starting to get dark and the track just isn't that great, but we need to still get Carly a better feel, and if the car's not close enough, it's not even valuable laps, if that makes sense. So we're pushing her back up right now. We'll check in, but she just needs to get going a little bit, and I think she's really gonna start laying down some better times. Well, after 3 sessions, Car.
It was just like, I mean, I felt pretty good. I felt really good in that session towards the beginning, and then the car just kind of started to get tight on me towards the end, and that's where my wing came into effect and stuff. And so track was just dry slick. I think it was actually taking rubber there on the straightaway and stuff, but it's a good learning curve for like throttle control and stuff. 3 and 4 was just really slick, and 1 and 2 I felt pretty good. Just 3 and 4, I just wish it was a little bit more grip somewhere. Well, this is the right rear for the night. It is balling. Probably just dismount it. Then we'll have another rim, come out another tire.
Yeah, for any tire guys watching this, you know the fun process of that. And that right rear, as those left rears, they're all takeoffs. That one was probably our best in-shape tire that we did bring to today's practice. But after 3 sessions, it looks like one of the slicks off one of our Outlaw carts.
Well, that's the play day slash test and tune slash try to make me a little faster. Went pretty well, just track was pretty dry slick, which is good because I hate those kind of tracks, so it's good that I learned and learned a lot of throttle control today, and I think we're just gonna get better. All right, loaded up. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was a fun practice slash test and tune day, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.